Yo, what's up guys? Fminus Mike here. You guys looking for that tier list on the latest update of All-Star Tower Defense so you know which units to get? Keep watching the video. I already made a tier list in May, so I'm just gonna run through this list as fast as I can with all of the new units included. Starting off in S tier though, we still have Meta Knight at number 1. Reason why he's still number 1, most damage in the game. Especially if you beat Challenge 1, you get that Fire Orb. Man, this guy is dishing out almost 100,000 damage every time you left click with your mouse. You definitely need to get Meta Knight. Number 2, we have Blackbeard 6-star. Good luck making it past wave 60 without time stop or Blackbeard 6-star. He's very useful in challenge mode, and also you definitely need him for Trial 3 extreme mode, and then maybe even in the later stages of story mode, so that's why Blackbeard is still there. Irwin for that 200% damage buff, 3x damage boost, and then we have Escanor. Escanor gives about $300 more than Bulma, so that's why Escanor is in S tier. Kuma got that big drip, but besides the big drip, this guy got a ton of damage. Not only can he hit those ground units, he can also attack those air units, and he's a meta unit for hitting wave 75 in infinite mode, trial 3 extreme mode. If you want to beat that, definitely get Kuma. And then we have Jiraiya 5-star from Naruto. Best thing about this guy, he has a big range, and then he attacks very fast. He has really good damage all around. He's a very good meta unit. Also for wave 75 infinite mode leaderboards. Best thing about him though, I think, is like the AoE. So even though like it's not like a full range AoE like Broly, every time he attacks enemies, he's at least attacking like 10 to 20 enemies at once. So definitely get Jiraiya if you can, especially as a 5-star unit. Luffy 6-star is also a meta unit if you're trying to hit those infinite mode leaderboards. That's why he's up there as well. 126 range, guys. Biggest range in the game. And then we have the 2 time stoppers in S tier. We have Jotaro 6-star, and then we have Gojo 5-star. Jotaro 6-star, really useful for extreme story mode, challenge 1, trial 3 extreme mode, and probably even future challenges of the game. So you definitely need to get this guy. That's why he's in S tier. He does like, what is it, with 8 Jotaros at level 80 with Irwin boost, 500,000 damage basically every 5 seconds. And then we have Gojo 5-star. He doesn't do as much damage as Jotaro 6-star. However, he has the longest time stop in the game. So, and then moving on to A tier, you can already see it right there. Escanor got downgraded from S tier to A tier because he's no longer a meta unit. You can definitely use Escanor to hit wave 75 on those infinite mode leaderboards. However, why use Escanor when you can just use Jiraiya? Why use Escanor when you can just use Luffy 6? So that's the reason why Escanor is there. I'm not saying he's an outdated unit. He's still number 1 in A tier. So keep that in mind, guys. He's still a very good unit, especially since he's pretty cheap. And he does get that damage boost every wave. Light Yagami, man. Light Yagami got upgraded. If you guys see it, he used to be like number 2, maybe number 3 in my last tier list. He's actually higher because of the Fire Orb. He's getting a 50% damage boost. So if you're trying to clear those air units on wave 56, 58, or 59, and you don't want to use Meta Knight, do all of this stuff, you can just use Light Yagami. You can still use him to damage farm. You're going to get 50% more damage. I have a video on that. So definitely get Light Yagami. And then Rengoku 6-star. If you're wondering why Rengoku 6-star is not in S tier, is because he's not a meta unit. He's very good for completing challenge 1, and so you can get that Fire Orb. But besides that, the only other like useful thing that he's good for is maybe story mode, or if you're not doing story mode, you could probably use him to damage farm as well. Every time he attacks at level 80 with Irwin boost, he's doing like 100,000 damage every single hit. That burn effect doesn't stack though, but 100,000 damage? It's pretty good, right? And then we have Broly. With the recent nerf to Broly, it's going to take longer to place him down. The longer you take to place him down, the less damage he's going to deal at the end of the game because of that damage boost. He loses like, I think it's around like 5,000 damage if you're making it to like wave 50 or 60. So it's definitely like a pretty big damage boost that he's losing out on, but he's still pretty much better than every other unit that's like ranked below him. And then we have Red Archer or Emiya from the Fate series. This guy is very good as well. He has an ability that does like 40,000 damage at level 80 and with Irwin boost. So I guess you could kind of say he's like a mini Light Yagami. If you're trying to damage farm though, he'd be pretty good. Just spam his ability, sell him, and then just keep Irwin buffing. And then moving on to Armin 5-star. If you haven't noticed, he's a little bit lower than he was last time. Reason why is because Kuma pretty much replaced him. Why use Armin when you can use Kuma? Kuma does less damage. However, Kuma can hit those air units, and he has like a way bigger range. And then going on to Gohan and Trunks. These are literally the same 2 units, similar stats, In my opinion though, Gohan's a little bit better because he has a bigger range. That's about it though. Like if you're trying to look for like a good unit for story mode, infinite mode, this mode, that mode, Gohan and Trunks are pretty like solid. They're very good. And then we have Maka 5-star. She's actually stronger than Gohan and Trunks because of her bleed effect. However, she has a smaller range. That's why I placed her a little bit lower. And then we have Roy Mustang. Roy Mustang with that fire orb, guys. You're trying to beat Trial 3 Extreme Mode, Roy Mustang is the way to go. So definitely use him. Still good for story mode, still good for infinite mode. It's just if you're using Roy Mustang, you might as well use like everybody else ranked above him. And then we have Magellan from One Piece. His range is actually pretty good. His damage, it's pretty decent, especially when you factor in the poison effect. It's kind of like the burn effect. You basically multiply his base damage by 5. Reason why he's ranked like pretty much where he is, like behind Roy Mustang, is because why use him when you can use Gohan, Trunks, and Mia, Broly, rank Goku 6-star? There's just better choices. And then we have Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is actually very good as well, guys. With that fire orb, he's doing like 200 damage, almost 200 damage every like half a second with that fire orb. Really, really useful for story mode. That's why he's still ranked very high. He's no longer a meta unit, but hey, at least he's not in B tier. And then we have Gogeta. He's an event unit, very outdated. However, if you still have Gogeta, hey, maybe you could do a challenge with him or something. Minato 6-star. I don't know anymore, guys. Minato 6-star. Honestly, maybe the June tier list that I put out, he'd probably be ranked a little bit lower, but as far as like everything goes right now, he's still better than every single unit ranked below him. He has like a cone type AoE. He does pretty good damage, pretty good SPA. He's just not that much stronger than everybody ranked above him. And then we have Mihawk. Mihawk has 120 range, guys. He attacks once every 3 seconds, but his damage is lacking so bad. Why use Mihawk when you can use like Broly or Emiya? Emiya does like 40,000 damage every time he uses his ability with Irwin buff. And then we have Super Boo 5-star. He's like a Pain 6-star, but he can hit in every direction. I say that all the time. I mean, I don't really need to explain the rest of these units, to be honest. They're all still ranked by DPS. So Rukia is 6-star. She's very good because if you don't have time stop, she can freeze all the units inside of her range for 2 seconds. Ichigo 5-star Hollow. Really high base damage, but a very tiny range. And then I already explained Pain 6-star. He's like the weaker version, I guess, of Super Boo because he only can attack in one direction. So he's going to have a little bit of trouble if he's trying to attack units behind him and in front of him at the same time. And then we got Golden Frieza 6-star. Still a very good unit, especially in story mode because he's very cheap to place down. His damage is pretty decent as well. At level 80 with Irwin boost, he's doing like 3k damage. Only thing that's bad about him is that he attacks very, very slow. It's like once every 7 seconds. So there's probably better choices than him. And then Whitebeard 6-star, kind of an outdated unit, if I'm going to be honest. If you're going to use Whitebeard 6-star, I guess you could use him. He still has that Tsunami ability. Still very good. Just keep in mind that, I mean, why use Whitebeard 6-star if you can use Rengoku 6-star, you know? And then we have Nezuko 4-star. She's probably the only unit that will always stay in A tier. 1, because she's a 4-star, and 2, because she does really good damage. She's a full range AoE. All she does is she requires like a bleed unit to attack. And then we have Natsu 5-star. He has that burn effect. Really big range, I guess. It's like 40 range. Really good damage. Gon 5-star. Really expensive to use still. He's like in the lower ranks of A tier. I'm not really sure about this guy anymore. Maybe if you're rich, I guess you can go ahead and use him. But and then we have Meliodas, Assault Mode 5-star. Dude, this guy's range is so small. Really good damage, but like his range is too small. So, and then Megumin 5-star. Megumin 5-star, the reason why she's still up there in A tier, guys, like I've been saying, this is still ranked by DPS. She's gonna be stronger than every other unit ranked below her. Her explosion still does about 10,000 damage every time you spam it. So I don't see Goku Rose doing 10,000 damage. I don't see Giorno doing 10,000 damage. That's why she's ranked up there. And then you have Goku Rose. Goku Rose is like the weaker version of Golden Frieza because he has a smaller range. Smaller range means you're going to be able to attack less times when like an enemy goes through like the entire map. And then we have God Usopp, very big range. His damage is pretty decent. He attacks pretty decent as well. I guess he's pretty solid if you're trying to roll in the banner. You want like an AoE unit. And then maybe you also want a damage farm. And then we have Yuno from Black Clover. He's like Ichigo, like Hollow 5-star. He has a tiny range. Like, tiny ranges are no good. The only reason why Armin's an exception is because he has a lot of damage. I don't see Yuno doing 100,000 damage. So if you're gonna use like an air unit, guys, you might as well take like Mihawk, Super Boo, or like Roy Mustang. Don't bother taking Yuno. And then you have Giorno 5-star. I feel like they did Giorno 5-star a little bit dirty because he has a really tiny range as well. It's like 29 or 30. It's very, very small. And then we have Jotaro 5-star and Dio 5-star. These guys are pretty good, I guess, as like discount time stops because why use them when you can just use Gojo? So that's why they're in A tier. They stop time for 5 seconds. They're still very good. It's just they're not going to be doing the same amount of damage as Jotaro's 6-star. Jotaro's 6-star doing like 500,000 damage every 5 seconds. So if you're going to use a Jotaro 5-star, just upgrade him to his 6-star form. If you're going to use Dio, hopefully Dio Over Heaven comes out in the future. Second to last unit, we have Bulma. It doesn't really make sense to put Bulma on the same tier as Escanor when she makes less money. That's the reason I do these tier lists for you guys, so we can really differentiate and we can really separate what's good and what's bad. So Bulma's still a very good unit. It's just if you want more money in the game, just take Escanor. Last but not least, on A tier, the final unit, we have Whis. He can heal your base. I'm not really sure how useful he would be in Infinite mode or Story mode, but he's definitely very useful in PvP mode. That's probably what most people use him for. The only thing about Whis and why he's not in S tier, you don't actually need Whis anymore because if you're paired up with like a high level player in like duos of PvP, you don't need to take Whis because your partner is going to have so much base HP that even though your enemies are spamming like toxic gas, they're spamming Beerus to attack your base, you're not gonna die. So that's the reason why Whis is probably in A tier. I might actually move him to B tier next time though. Here are all of the units in B tier. For B tier, everything is still ranked by DPS. So the stronger units are at the top and the weaker units are at the bottom. This tier is where all of the units are if you're looking to damage farm in-game for those free gems. You're definitely gonna make it past wave 40 in Infinite mode, and you can definitely make it into the later stages of Story mode like the Demon Slayer map or higher. Here's all the units in C tier, guys. This is about the limit if you're trying to have a good time in game. You'll definitely make it far in Story mode using only these units, probably somewhere around Attack on Titan or Hunter x Hunter. You'll also be able to make it past wave 30 in Infinite mode with just these units. Last but not least, we have the starter units, which are perfect if you're just starting out in the game. None of these units deal area of effect damage, so you're definitely going to have some trouble making it past Ninja Village in Story mode if you only have these units. Good luck also making it past wave 20 to 30 in Infinite mode as well. And the moment you've all been waiting for, here is the full tier list on the screen right there. Pause the video if you're looking to take a picture or want to compare each tier side by side. As always, this tier list is also ranked by DPS. So if you don't know which units to get, I highly recommend sticking to the units towards the top of the tiers versus the bottom. But if this video has helped you out or you enjoyed it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications. Thank you to my channel members right there on the screen. Really appreciate your guys' support. I think we have like 20 or something channel members, but also a big shout out to you guys for those 25,000 subscribers. Thanks again for your support, and until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video.